Hi everyone. So another revision time. This is 2019. One of our past paper question. Right. So this today we are going to do this small business part today mainly. This question sometimes easier for you because sometimes I might use these questions in my sometimes in some assessments. Right. So Bakes by Stella. It's a Stella successful entrepreneur. She set up Bakes by Stella as a sole trader 5 years ago, as she was fed up with working at renowned international chain called Movenpick. And then she invested all of her own savings when she Bakes by Stella. The cafe sells cakes made by organic ingredients baked at their own kitchen. And then this is a case study. So you can see the business employs total number of 11 employees, out of which the cafe manager and the head chef directly report to Stella. And then apart from the 11 full-time employees, the cafe also recruit part-time staff to serve customers during the busy times. Right. The cafe manager is in charge of the promoting Bakes by Stella on various social media sites such as the Instagram, Facebook. And due to the increased demand for the followers in social media, Bakes by Stella is considering both opening a new outlet and introducing a new range of scrumptious goodies in the future. Question number one, MCQ. So I would like to ask from the everyone, from the can use the chat line to communicate everyone. So question number one, which of the following is the advantage of Stella of being a sole trader? Uh, Flexibility, limited liability, continuity, unlimited liability. You can see from these answers, some answers we can actually um, forget about the answer. For example, like the unlimited liabilities, actually, this is not a advantage of a sole trader, it's advantage of a private limited company and public limited companies. Therefore, we can, second one, we can forget. And the continuity is not advantage because that's the definitely, sole trader when the business dies. So the sole trader, the owner dies, business also dies with the sole trader. Unlimited liability concept, that's a feature, but that is a disadvantage, right? So therefore, I think the question number one, I can see some answers are coming up in the chat line. Answer is number one, uh, right? Answer is number one, the flexibility. Flexibility is the correct answer, right? Okay. Second question, as per Herzberg theory, which one of the following could be considered as a motivator? In the Herzberg theory, we talk about there are two-factor theory. He find out some factors like a motivator factors, and those are the I called the word called art track: achievement, recognition, the work itself, responsibility, advancement, and growth. So according to that, motivator factor is the here part, the C, the recognition is correct answer given by one of my student. Yes, recognition is the correct answer. That's the motivator. All other factors, including pay, company policy, supervision, quality, everything comes under hygiene factors. Right. Question number three, identify the elements of the marketing mix. It's a pretty simple answer. Yes, another answer is there. Correct answer. Correct. Product, price, place, promotion. Third one is the correct answer. Very good. Yes, the same student actually giving the answers. Others also, I'm actually encourage you to give your answers, right? Define the term delegation. Delegation definition questions normally 1 marks. No need of application. You can see delegation is the uh, it's a process of giving authority, passing down the authority from the superior to a subordinate, or manager to a subordinate, like that you can say. Delegation should be definitely a passing down authority, like delegating the responsibilities, authorities. That keyword must be there, and from a manager to subordinate or superior to subordinate, that keyword must be there. Okay, then you're going to state questions, state 1 mark questions. State questions, you are very, very careful when you're writing, right? I'm saying this is 1 mark, even this is still dangerous. Why? A lot of students, when they're writing state questions, they are keep forgetting the application. So this case, this is a cake shop bakery. State one non-financial objectives Stella might set for bakery by Stella. So this case, you can see non-financial objectives are customer satisfaction, owner satisfaction, independence, employee satisfaction, welfare. Like that, you can say definitely the environmental well-being, everything. But this case, the contextualized answer would be customer satisfaction. So sometimes you can say the Stella can actually make sure the customers are satisfied with the cakes they are selling, the bakery items they are selling, or sometimes you can mention she want to actually make sure that the employee welfare, the 11 employees, including the chef and the managers and the other waiters who are working in the restaurant, she want to make sure that they are satisfied with their job and the welfare will be guaranteed from the bakery. Like that, so a personal satisfaction, you can say, by working alone, independent. This will be one of the main objective, non-financial objective of doing this business. For Stella, she want to be financially independent, and also she want to be take own decisions. She want to be her own boss. Therefore, the independence and control can be one of the non-financial objectives for the life. There are certain answers are there, but you have to mention the case study touch, right? So writing the name of the person, Stella is not enough. So you have to write sometimes, what she actually works somewhere, the places, and the name of the workers, the designation. I showed you that the chef and the manager, waiters, those are the application points. So always keep about this state question. You need only like just one sentence, but that sentence should be touch the case study, right? So it's very important question. Right. Next question is outline question. Outline on advantage is to bakery by Stella. Bakes by Stella of recruiting part-time staff. This is also outline question again, application based question, AO1, AO2, like application question, AO2. So this case, writing advantages, recruiting part-time staff, generally you can see this will increase the flexibility. Part-time staff sometimes will be cheaper. Part-time staff will be sometimes, because of the part-time staff, you might be able to make sure that the bakery will be like, open in even the late nights. Sometimes you can see sometimes the part-time staff can be utilized for sometimes busy times of the sometimes the day or season, such as the Christmas season. It can be sometimes summer. So like that, always keep in mind when you're writing this kind of question, part-time staff benefit and link to the case study. You see, part-time staff is flexible. How they flexible? They can use the Stella can use them in the busy time period, such as in the evening or morning or in the midnight, or it can be in the during the particular season, such as Christmas season. So I have seen this kind of application from some of you, right? But some of you actually your answers are not that much good. That's why I'm saying again and again about this application skills and this kind of outline questions. Right. Part E, you can see outline one way in which Bakes by Stella could segment the market for cakes. Yes, one of my students has a question. You can ask that. Yes.
Sir, what paper is this?
This is,
I just read.
Yeah, this is 2019 paper. One of the past, because we have another two more papers to go, 2019, 2020 papers. So I'm going to discuss small business part today in this session. So this is sometimes question will be more familiar for you because some of these questions I'm already used in my assessments, right? This one, the market segment for a cake. You can see a market segment for a cake can be you can see the paper like normally like celebrate birthdays. So it can be children, or it can be, say the general, like normally people who celebrate birthdays, or a market segment for a cake for, you can say just the people who actually wanted to like having like a day like for a evening like a coffee or snack. So that's different market segments are there. So we can't divide the market based on gender, because for a cakes we can't divide the market segment like based on the gender basis, male or female. So it can't be a geographical basis, because I think everyone, right, entire I think world, they love cakes. And then geographically, demographically, we can divide it. For example, we can't take the gender, we can't take the income, but we can't take the but we can take like psychographic segmentation. For example, like the people who love cakes, like the taste. Some people are there, they always wanted to have some kind of sweet lovers, like the people who love cakes and the donuts and sweet items like that. So that market segment based on the psychographic market segment, outline one way Bakes by Stella can segment the markets for cakes. Yeah, they can say the usual, you can say the market segment for cakes can be come from different ways. Regular buyers are there, and also special buyers like once a year for the special occasions such as birthday. It can be for a because of you want to give some kind of a treat for a promotion. You want to give kind of like a cake Father's Day, Mother's Day, something like that. So if you feel that you wanted to give kind of like a like gift for someone, for example, it can be anniversary, it can be a someone's sometimes it can be someone's sometimes some starting of a now new business venture, something like for a greeting. So there are 1,000 reasons for giving a cake. So basically, so market for cakes you can divide it like that. There are for regular buyers and other like regular or informal like buyers who are like occasional buyers like that. And also you can sometimes segment according to the age, like children's, and sometimes the other one like teenagers and also adults. Basically, I think mainly the children are very familiar with the cake because they were delighted to have cakes like that's why. So mainly, if you do when you're writing this kind of question, identify the segment and explain that segment based on the case study. That's how you get the 2 marker. So market segmentation, the definition of segmentation also, you should know that the segment is like a group of customers which has a specific like buying characteristics, right? So it can be like segmentation we discuss under 3 categories: demographic segmentation, like age, income, gender, religion, social class, ethnicity, like that, and geographical segmentation based on your region. We can segment the market, and psychographic segmentation based on the hobbies, based on the like your values, based on your taste and everything, right? Okay, this next one is a calculation question. In the year 2018, Bakes by Stella was able to achieve a revenue of 124,600, and the total sales of the cafes in Essex, UK was 988,000. Calculate the market share. You familiar with this calculation? Market share calculation is the business sales divided by the total industry sales into 100. So therefore, the Bakes by Stella, the cafe sales divided by the total industry sales into 100. So I'm asking you to calculate this question and send me the answers. So it should be 24,600 divided by 988,000 into 100. Yeah, I can see some answers. The answer is 24,600 over 988,000. The answer is 2.48. Answer is 2.48, or you can say 2.49. Always calculations is better to save to actually give your answers with 2 decimal points. It's a percentage always. 2.49 will be better. Percentage sign, don't forget to put that sign, and 2 decimal points. Sometimes in questions they are giving, okay, give the answer to the 1 decimal point, give your answer to like a 1 significant figure or 2 significant figures, 1 decimal points, 2 decimal points. So read the instruction carefully and present your answer accordingly, because the correct answer we are giving 2 out of 2 with or without workings. But always I am always encouraging you to show your workings, because in case if you messed up your answer with a 2 DP, 1 DP, 1 SF, 2 SF, so that situation sometimes we can offer you 1 mark for your working. If you're working correct but answer wrong, then we can still award you 1 mark. Therefore, it's always safe side to show your working always in any question calculation, right? Okay. Part G, explain 1 benefit to a Bakes by Stella of introducing a wide product portfolio. This is like having product portfolio means having different product, diversified product, not only selling 1 item, they're selling multiple items. It can be in a cafe, it can be cake, it can be rolls, patties, cutlets, pastries, coffee, and it can be hot chocolates, it can be so many, etc., etc. So it can be very benefit. There are so many benefits there of selling different items that you call product portfolio. They are seeing 1 So this case, explain question is AO1. So it is designed for now application is required for AO1 questions, explain question. So you can just simply answer, explain one point, so one benefit. You can give one benefit and then you can develop that benefit by another 2 sentences. You can say one benefit of introducing product portfolio would be you can catch up a lot of customers. You can cover a wide market share. So you can a lot of customers would be you can cover because a lot of different people have different tastes. So then as a result of that, a lot of people would become to purchase items from the business. Therefore, which leads to increase their revenue, total revenue and the total profit. Like that, you can give answer. Always in explanation questions, you can in development point, you can actually always attach that increase the revenue, increase profit, that terms, because it's any question you can apply that, because at the end every decision the revenue and the profitability is always attached. That's why, right? Okay, so explain product portfolio. Product portfolio we are normally analyzing using a Boston matrix. Boston matrix is a 2x2 matrix which we are normally covering it based on the categorize the product portfolio according to their market share and the market growth. According to that, we find out high market share, high market growth, we categorize as star products. Low market share, low market growth is categorized as a dog product. High market share products and low market growth, we categorize as a cash cow. And high growth rate product, which low market share, we categorize as question marks or problem child. So like that, that's a different question. I think part 2 of this paper, we have a question like that. So you can see here the part 2. That my next session, I'm going to discuss that one mainly, particularly product portfolio analysis in the different question. You can see here product life cycle and then the Boston matrix here. This kind of a question can become like this question. You can see market share high, market growth rate low. So what is this item? X. Is that a cash cow? Is that a dog or problem child or a star? So definitely we know it can't be high, it should be star. It should be low, that is dog. Therefore, it should be definitely cash cow or a question mark. So this is definitely high market share product is the cash cow. Like that, this kind of a questions also is there in MCQs in the IGCSE. So you can see the product portfolio questions can be come from different ways. So having wide product portfolio is always important for business organization to cater different customers. Therefore, this is important. Introducing a wider product portfolio, you can sell your product to large amount of customers, which will lead to increase their sales and the profit. And another benefit you can say, even because of the wide product portfolio, if one product is failed, they can still actually continue the business without failing, because the other products still actually earning good revenue. So like that, so if one business fail, one product line fail, there is no problem. The other products can still give some kind of a backup, kind of like a help, assist to business to actually in order to like going, with the without falling. So it's really a good chance of, in case of like this kind of pandemic situation also, having wide product portfolio is important. Even if one business line fail, the other businesses actually still you can move on. Especially imagine the person who owns a hotel and a restaurant and imagine another grocery store. Sometimes hotels cannot open this time, restaurants cannot open this time, but you can operate your grocery store because it's so essential. Like sometimes restaurants, you can open like online deliveries, like food deliveries. So this like that, so business can operate. So even so hotels also you can convert into like a quarantine centers. You can rent out the hotel to the hospitals. So like that, so there are people are doing this kind of businesses without falling. You can see wide product portfolio always beneficial, but you have to manage it properly. Okay, another question, analyze 6 marker. The cafe manager uses various social media platforms. So they're asking, analyze the benefit of social media platform to conducting a market research. Social media platforms, you can see definitely it's a secondary research type. And social media platforms, you can, if you using your own platforms like Instagram, social media like a Facebook, So you can get the direct response to the Facebook page or something, Instagram page from the consumer. That's the primary research. So it will be more cost effective for business organization, because usually primary research is usually expensive way, because you have to spend some time and spend some money for the research. But this case it's very convenient, cost effective. Only just open up the social media and then we can see the customer reactions online. This will be help for the Stellar to actually gather, analyze what kind of a taste, what kind of products the people like, and what kind of price range they would like. What are the thoughts they have for the products, like bakery cakes and everything. What kind of flavors would they like? What kind of reactions are there for the customer service? What kind of thing that she can improve to, she can do to improve the customer service? Like that, these things. Application is really important for a 6-marker. 3 marks goes to application, 3 marks goes to analyze. Another benefit of social media, you can say it will be broad reach, like large number of customers and crowd. You can gather information from large number of customers in 24/7 hours, broad reach, and it's very popular method because these days everyone have a social media access from their smart devices. Therefore, it's very convenient way and large number of responses you can manage. Therefore, it's beneficial for the Stella, to make decisions about the bakery, and then she can get large feedback from the customers is advantage. Like that, you can give so many 2 advantages you have to benefit. If you're asking analyze benefits, you should give about the 2 benefits on the case study and then with the link to the case study. If they ask analyze 2 drawbacks, you have you 2 drawbacks. Always 6-mark question, 2 points, right? 2 points and 2 paragraphs you have to write. If they ask analyze impacts, so you can write 1 advantage and the 1 disadvantage. That's the best way. But even 2 advantages or 2 disadvantages, that's also fine. For impact mean anything, but better to write 1 positive and 1 negative if they ask analyze impacts, right? So this is ask analyze benefits mean definitely you have to write 2 advantages. Don't write disadvantage of social media. Okay, so that's a 6-marker question, right? That's the end of question number 1 also. In question number 2, right? Outline 1 method of attracting a job applicant for a cafe. This is human resource management question. Like outline is application also you have to write. For a cafe, it's a small business, definitely. So don't write the expensive method, because small businesses like sole trader businesses, they can't afford like expensive methods. For example, there are paid advertisement methods are there. For example, in a newspaper. Sometimes newspaper will be expensive for a small business to afford. Like it will be in a local restaurant also. So it's no point of giving a like island-wide publicity. Like we need, for example, if you are in the right, let's say some Essex, it is UK, right? So you can easily find out the people from that your own local area, right? If you actually put the newspaper advertisement, which actually publish like let's say throughout the UK, so it will be pointless, because wasteful circulation, because everyone would read the advertisement, and it's not cost effective, because you can't actually hire people who actually in another state, for example, England, Wales, and Ireland. If you have business located in England, inside that there are so many counties, so you should find a person from the same county, right? So therefore, I think best method is like you can have attracting job applicant for a cafe. You can have like a small poster campaign, like in the door. You can actually have some vacancy advertisement you can post, and you can send some kind of there can be a local newspaper which is like printed and circulated in the town, like local newspaper, local magazine. You can actually give this information and they will publish. And moreover, yeah, why not your social media platform? Sometimes people who are reading the vacancy advertisements, you can post there. So people who prefer, the fans, the people who actually press like buttons, and people who are using the social media platform of the Express are the people who are living in their surrounding. So they might, if the interested parties, they might actually give. And also you can say, why not the word of mouth marketing? You can tell someone, your existing worker, to find someone, for a cafe, meaning if you need some another waiter, you can say one of your employees to find someone, tell your friend, if you can bring one of your friend. So like that, word of mouth marketing is another method for an applicant to find a cafe for a small business. Therefore, don't write the method such as, in a national newspaper, TV advertisement, radio advertisements. Those are wrong method. Even those are methods of application like taking, but don't write, right? And sometimes you can use, for example, like small method. I mean, like always think about that corner, that angle, small business angle, right? There are certain other methods such as, for a large business, they can use, head hunting method. So method of attracting, but don't use head hunting for this case, because small business, they can't afford high salaries for employees. Therefore, we have to be very, very mindful when you're selecting your answers. That decisions are very important, because small business angle. Think about when you're writing for a small business questions. Think about the small businessman's angle, right? Perspective. And then if you're writing for a large business, think about the large business perspective. Okay, so large business, they can write the head hunting, right? National advertisements like TV, radio, and even internet, and the sometimes job centers, in the government job schemes. You can go and tell the employment agencies you can hire, but small business, they couldn't do those things because they don't have such a budget, right? So keep in mind, this is a human resource management on the recruitment we discussed. Like when you're attracting applicant for a cafe, I think word of mouth, giving small, published, that in a small, it can be a small banner, poster, you can actually paste it in a cafeteria, and word of mouth specifically, and also can give sometimes advertisement in a local newspaper, local, right? Not only circulated within your county, like that. So that kind of a method you can use instead of going for like a large. So when you're marking, we are very strict on this. If suddenly sometimes students write about the wrong perspective, even the answer is correct, but the perspective, the context is wrong, we are not offering marks, right? So question number 2B, explain one impact on Bakes by Stella of the introduction of a minimum wage. This question also human resource management, like we are talking about this on the legislation section, the minimum wage. So explain question, no need of application, again I'm telling. So one impact, so it can be a good and bad, both, right? So one impact, so introduction of a minimum wage, you can see the employees will be more happy, they will be satisfied, because the minimum wage will ensure they are getting the national minimum wage, which is sufficient for their living. We call living wage, minimum wage, right? Sometimes we can talk about the employees and perspective. Therefore, by introducing a minimum wage, the employee would be able to get a decent salary from the business. Therefore, their lifestyle is going to be good, like that. Also, you can talk about the business angle, the business perspective. By introducing a minimum wage, sometimes it will be costly for a business organization. Therefore, the labor cost can be go up. No, so cost of production can be go up. As a result of that, business would be definitely in a trouble. Like therefore, they cannot pay the sometimes some certain expenses will be gone up. So profit margin will go down. So like that, you can argue in that way. Businesses, minimum wage sometimes is a burden, exactly a burden, because a lot of business, especially small businesses, they cannot actually offer. So if it's like a UK, it is like a certain minimum wage per hour, it's like 15, maybe 15 pounds. So, and in this case, the business paying only just a 10 pounds, that means you have to increase your wage by another 50%. So it ensures if you are complying with the legislation, but it's a burden for a business, you can't afford that much. So you can talk about that side, the negative side, and positive side with the employee's perspective, or negative point with the business perspective. So that will be good, that kind of a question. Okay, another explain question, question number 2. Explain one method that Stella could use to measure the success of a business. So no application, explain. So application less answers. So explain question. Success can be measured by certain things. You can say the profitability of the business, if it's increasing compared to last years, which means the business is successful. For the market share, you can see the market share going to increasing compared to last year. Every year you should grow the business. That's called success, right? So if you increase in market share, that's a kind of indication that you're success. Profitability also same, and you can say the number of awards and rewards you receive. For example, from local authorities, sometimes they are giving you A-grade restaurant, right? Their quality concerns are there. Sometimes in UK, especially, they are giving this grading system by local authorities: A-grade restaurant, B-grade restaurant, C-grade restaurant. Therefore, definitely, if you receive some kind of A-grade certification, standard certification, that's a good indication of a success. Like a positive news in the magazine or local area, some journalists or sometimes some food critics are there. They come and actually critique about, they give a, like a nice, wrote a nice article about their business. So that's a measure of success. Especially customers' point of view, the customer satisfaction and their response, good feedbacks in the social media, like Facebook, Instagram, the customer postings, like a nice comments and reviews about their business. That will be an indication of your success. Like that, keep writing about like this. Just keep thinking. If there are some measure of success, those are the measures of success, right? Profits, revenue, awards and rewards, customer comments and feedbacks about the business, and etc. etc. There are certain things. Go to that chapter and read again. So measure of success, judging success is important. Okay. And explain question, explain one factor that could impact the prices set by the cafe. This is regarding the pricing, right? You know, from the marketing management, we have to go through the pricing, product price, place and promotion we are going to do later. So basically, up to pricing, you have to make sure you are strong, you are study enough for that level for the coming up examinations. So including the first term, second term, and the third term, the marketing management, everything, introduction to marketing, product mix, price mix, everything. So when you're pricing, what are the factors impact prices? There are certain factors we talk about, factors influencing prices. You know, cost of the product. It can be the government taxation. It can be the competitors' pricing in the area, and also it can be the prices set by for the ingredients in the business. So different, and also profit margin, the markup of the business. Certain things are there. So one factor, take one factor. Imagine if you talk about the competitors' pricing. So that will impact the prices set by the cafe. Imagine the other restaurant selling the same, let's say a coffee or a cake for, let's say, 10 pounds, 1 kilo worth 10 pounds. Then what happened? So you have to sell around that price, less than 10 pounds or more than like around 10 pounds. So you can't exceed that. You can't sell your cake for like 20 pounds. It will be like a lot of people would not like to buy it because it's very expensive. So one of the main, I think, factor which influence the prices is the prices charged by other competitors. Therefore, especially you have to do a proper market research before you actually pricing your product. Yes, you have to go through the market and just actually review what kind of prices actually charged by other competitors for the same product. So then customers also, they might actually okay with your product because it's same pricing, same range. But if you charge high price, definitely customers will be not repeat purchase with you. They will stop buying from you. That's what happened. The business will gonna fail at the end. Therefore, very, very important thing, do a market research and find out the competition prices charged by the competitors in the same area, right? So it's the only application, you can just try the prices charged by competitors. Therefore, how to explain prices charged by competitors is important, because if the prices set by the business is more than the competitors, the customers will be not purchasing from the business. And when if your prices are less than the competitors, there will be more demand can be accepted for the business. However, it depends on the elasticity of the product or something. You can, moreover, you can actually no need to write that kind of a thing, like, you know, however point you don't need to write for expression. But you know, when you're developing your answer, you can write like a 3 sentences interlinking points you can mention, right? Okay, now 9-mark question and the last question for this session. 9-mark question on the job training, off job training. maintain high level of customer satisfaction, we call CS, and the quality. Stella ensure that all members of the train regularly, small businessmen, right? Two options are there. Option one, providing a training in the Lakefield Hospitality College, that is off-the-job training. On the other hand, they are sending them for special hospitality, like now a hotel school, and then get the training them. Sometimes there are good and bads. Option two, in-house training. Both options are okay, right? When you are selecting an answer, 9 marker, structure, 2 method, two benefits, 2 drawbacks. Whatever the option is correct. No need of definition, no need of conclusion. So pick one option and stick to that. I have actually I go through your sample answers, but I actually find out some of you actually try to write about the both points. Do not do that mistake actually. So you have to stick to one option. If you pick option number 1, you can strike off the option number 2. You don't need to talk about the option 2. No need to compare and contrast this kind of thing, because they're asking justify which one of these options. So talk about one option. So if you talk about the training in the outside, so training will not be disturbed by actual working, and you get the professional service, professional training from the instructors. So workers can get the a quality training from the recognized institution, right? And therefore they know how to serve the customers in the restaurant, like that. However, you can see how it is expensive for a Stella to actually afford them to actually release outside training. You have to pay for the outside training school by the Stella. It will be expensive. And the training opportunity sometimes, outside, because we are sending them out, you can't actively get their service during the busy times. So you're losing their service during the sometimes because they are working outside. So how can you obtain the service during the busy times? So Stella might lose in the productivity, the output you are going to lose. It's expensive. However, they are getting the 100% full training from the trainers, and then they know everything. They will not stress. Customers will be not put into risk. Other employees will be not put at risk. So those are the benefits you have to write with the application of the case study. Like that you have to write. If you pick the option number 2, in-house training, it will be convenient because Stella can actually tell them they are working the real working conditions in the restaurant, cafeteria. They know what to do. They will do some mistakes. This will be sometimes, you're penalizing your customers, and sometimes you're frustrating your existing employees also. In case, imagine sometimes if you messed up with the order, sometimes, sometimes mistakes can be happen from the apprentice. This kind of situation, business reputation might be in a trouble. In-house training disadvantages, and workers also working in a real stress mode, because if they make mistake, they will get scolded from the Stella, or might be other employees also might be get frustrated. If other employees try to train them, they may become unpaid trainers, and sometimes they also may be existing employees may also be frustrated because they're not getting any payment for the training the juniors, right? And customers may be in trouble. Business reputation may be in trouble. In-house training disadvantages. Somehow it's a very cheaper method of organizing for Stella because it's small business and they are working in a real working condition. Therefore, they can get the quick service and they are working. The output can be taken from there. So these are the main things you have to write with the application. When I write a 9 marker, we are giving mark. AO2 application 3 marks. AO3 analysis 3 mark. AO4 evaluation 3 marks. Therefore, you have to write the structure again. I'm telling you 2 positive and 2 negative. 2 method. Please follow for a 9 mark question. So it's a good question from the human resource management, right? So that's the end of the part 1. So in my next session, I'm going to discuss about the part 2, Epic Games. Right, this is a very an important case study actually created by me. So actually, I did market research about computer games, especially this kind of the games. I think most of the boys might be know the Fortnite, the game. So I make a market research about this thing, and then actually I make a nice case study. We'll do it on next day about this case study. So today, to sum up the lesson, so actually we discuss about the Bakes by Stella, this case study 2019 paper, question number 2, right? So